Here we are, Nicole. Cocktails! Oh my goodness. Cocktails!
Second always comes up so quick.
I know, well, it's Richard Clay tonight. Tempos are good. Welcome back, everyone. We're so happy that you're with us tonight. Welcome back home. Have a drink. Cocktails! Well, hello, my love. How are you this week? Oh, you're drinking that drink, so that's a good week, yeah?
Absolutely. Woo! That is a margarita from Azteca.
Oh, my God. What
Yeah,
a
let me
margarita
tell
from
you.
Azteca.
Delicious.
Azteca, we love them. So good, so kind, such a good
Delicious.
drink. So welcome back home. How was your
Thank
week?
you, thank you. I don't know what week it is. And this-
Well, I'll tell you what week it is. It's the week that Bright Star comes back home.
yes,
Are
a
you
year
excited
later.
about this? I know. Literally, like to the day, a year later.
I almost brought a tear to my eye. If I was you, I'd be crying right now, but
I'm sure I'll cry at some point in time. in the
no
evening.
doubt, no doubt.
No, but like how amazing is it to have this beautiful cast back together, a cast that worked so hard, that we created something so like, why are you laughing at me already?
He's playing Evita.
Evita.
Which has nothing to do with Bright Star.
But no.
For those of you that don't know, and shame on you, Bright Star was an incredibly beautiful production we put up last year at this time. And
now we've got the conga drums happening.
And now the conga drums are happening. It was a musical with bluegrass music, which is nothing like Evita or anything the band is playing, but
And a secret surprise, we actually got half of the band back. So in like 5 minutes, you'll see some fiddle players and some like banjo players. It's gonna be a great
yeah.
night.
Anyway, we were thinking, these episodes, what would be fun to do? What do you want to see? And Bright Star is a show that we hold so near and dear to our hearts.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we thought we would reach out to the cast and musicians and see who would come back to do a little reunion and share some of this incredible music and
we
this
got
beautiful story.
a lot of the cast back to come share the evening with us, and we're just so excited to share with you. And we were talking like,
There's so much sharing going on.
oh my God. But no, we thought like if we're gonna share something with you, and it's gonna well, let's share this. Let's share our first rehearsal moment.
I feel
because
like you should be playing a drinking game at home right now. And
You-
every time we say the word share.
Well, let's talk about Nicole shared, because she shared her ass with the audience when she fell off.
I did not fall.
She
that was not
fell.
A fall. That was
She
me
might have been
being
thrown
violently
over.
Thrown over a box.
But yeah.
But the
Let's-
brilliance of
can
our
we
team
just share-
here, Chase got it on camera for you.
And I
so.
would love to say that the thing I love about Nicole the most is that she's such a bitch. And that every time she has ever in her life seen anyone fall, she cannot keep her shit together, right?
Listen, I was the first one to laugh at myself when my dress was over my head and my ass was out to many of our live audience.
You're wearing such a pretty thong tonight, so. But the
Spanx.
audience got to see most of it. You won't get to see the thong just because where the camera was shot. But I say,
And you're welcome.
you got to see me at my best last week working out. So let's see Nicole at her best this week, falling on her ass. So Chase, you want to take that away and show it to us?
My favorite thing to have done with the video is to watch it in slow motion.
Oh yeah.
To see the reactions of the other actors on stage
Oh, yeah.
is just priceless.
Well, it's so
Just
wonderful because
priceless.
when you like watch it the first time, it's so great to see you fall. But then like you look at like.
I didn't fall, I was thrown!
But then you see like Jordan's face, or you see you like grab onto Nick and take him down with you.
Well, it's funny because we both said this, that in the moment it felt like it happened in such slow motion.
Oh yeah, it
like
really
I
did.
literally saw Nick fly over my head, and when you watch on the video, it's like 10 seconds. Like
And not
if you
even, it's like
blinked, you
3
would've-
seconds,
you
you're on the
would've
ground.
Missed it, but
Yeah,
pretty
no,
funny.
it was awesome. But then the applauded for you. She got up. She always gets up. That's the thing I love about you the most, that you always get up. But so here we are, Bright Star Night, Country Night, and we thought we'd bring a little country music to you tonight. I'm wearing my little country gear. with my little sparkle shoes because
I feel
I'm
like
a
if
roundstone lime that too. Rhinestone cowboy.
I feel like any livestock would go running, screaming from you. Don't ever go to a ranch.
I rolled my jeans up. I'm ready to go. Isn't this how the cowboys go?
Yeah, I would love to see you.
I look like a
up.
cowboy, don't I? Shut up, Lee.
No.
Okay, so we thought we'd do a little country music for you. Gay Caballero.
Oh my God.
Caballero is cowboy in Spanish. I know
Wow.
that because I'm Spanish.
Okay, we've crossed over. Hey Jerry, wherever you are.
He's right there in the house. So, if we're gonna do a little country music for you, then we have to do some like good country. And our favorite country singer is.
Well, Miss Patsy Cline, of course.
So we thought we'd do a little Patsy for you tonight to open our first section of our Bright Star Country Bluegrass evening. Don't fuck this up, Nicole.
Do I start it?
You do.
Oh shit. 7 lonely days make one lonely week.
7 lonely nights make a one a lonely
I used to
me.
sing this
Don't
on
do
the
my
song.
part.
Ever since the time you told me we were through.
7 lonely days I cried and I cried for you.
Oh my darling, you're crying. There's no use in denying. I cried for you.
It was your favorite pastime, making me blue. Last week was the last time I cried for you. Oh, now speaking of last week, we had some amazing donors.
Tell me.
Step
They're
up for the
amazing
theater.
every week. I can't wait to hear.
Oh my goodness. So Heidi Wood
Heidi. Oh
gave
my
us
goodness.
$100.
Thank you so much.
And Heidi
Cheers to
said,
you.
have been enjoying. See, I've been enjoying too, Heidi. Cocktail hour, and I cannot wait to get back to the theater.
That's so
well,
sweet.
on the 20th, you can come back, Heidi.
Come in costume
Come have
next
a play,
week, Heidi.
have a cocktail with us.
Whichever week that is, the October 20th. Come and join us in person. We'd love to have you.
Tim Fixler gave us $25.
Amazing.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate that.
Cheers.
Deborah Bain, $200.
Deborah! Oh my gosh!
I know. How amazing is that?
Wow!
Are you ready for this one? Lee
me.
and Mike Busco.
These
$500.
You're getting a big drink for this one.
Oh, we're gonna take a drink to that one. Thank you, Lee and Mike.
Amazing.
Bob and Sherry Palumbo, some of our best friends with that beautiful jacuzzi. $200.
Guys!
The best garlic you will ever eat will come
Thank
out
you.
of their oven. And Chris and Melissa Harper, $100.
Amazing. Amazing.
And then I have to tell you
Thank
that
you.
we got a special gift tonight from a very good friend of ours, Megan, who's in the audience. Not only did she bring us a beautiful white fur wrap and a fur stole,
So cool.
but she gave us 2
We're
masks.
gonna fight over it.
Oh yes, we are. She gave 2 beautiful masks. Nicole says, if you take mine off, I will sing musical theater songs. And mine said, what the? And then it was a key signature with the F note.
So cute and clever.
It's so wonderful.
Thank
so
you
thank you
so
guys.
much.
Thank you for supporting
So
theater, for
thoughtful.
being
Thank
here
you.
with us and taking care of us. We love you so much, and we can't wait to be back in the room together with you. So ready, Richard? Let's take this away. Oh, I'll have a little sip while he brings me back in.
Hurry up, hurry!
7 hankies blue, I filled with my tears.
7 letters too, I filled with my fears.
Guess it never pays to make your lovers late.
7 lonely days, I cried and I cried for you.
Oh, my darling, you're crying. Boo, 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 boo. There's no use in denying.
Cried for you.
It was your favorite pastime of making me blue.
Well, last week was the last time I cried for you.
Last week was the last thinking about crying, which I think I'm going to do a lot of tonight.
Fantastic.
What do you think? It's time for us to share some of our fabulous moments of this beautiful show, Bright Star, with our audience tonight.
Let's get into it. There is so much to share.
Oh, so many people, so many beautiful voices, so many. They came for one night. We rehearsed for what, 3-4 hours?
You know what? That was so cool. We don't normally rehearse for the show. I don't know if you
Can you tell?
But we knew that we were going to have such a great.
A great?
Yep.
Great.
Excuse me.
Great Kool-Aid.
We knew we were going to set. Nope. Still
We
not
knew we had
happening.
exceptional people coming back. We knew we had such a great cast coming back to do this. Fuck you.
We thought it would be best if we got together and just like went over. I've
had a night of
fucking hell.
sobriety.
You know what
It was
is?
a night of sobriety.
Jerry is in such close proximity right now. I'm so nervous. I can't even get my shit together. So we thought we'd do a little rehearsal just to make sure that we remember, because it's been a year and it dawned on me. I haven't been on. Can you still hear me, Dan? I haven't been on stage in a show since Bright Star.
Yeah.
And my God, I left that rehearsal because we're gonna do a little singing tonight. We're gonna do a little dancing. And I was talking to my dear friend Robert Edward, and I was like, oh my gosh, Robert, I was dancing last night and singing. I just haven't moved like that. You breathe differently, right? In like a year, I was like, I feel so out of shape and so old. And he's like, no, babe, you're in great shape. You're really fucking old though.
Yes, you really are.
Oh,
So-
that's what dearest friends are for.
Let's go ahead and share. So tonight you're gonna see some clips live, and then we also want to share some experience with you what the show was really like on stage. But I think it's a really great time to start with our opening number. What's the first number the cat's gonna sing tonight for us?
Oh, if you knew my story.
I think the thing I love about that is that I told all the actors, and you and I both had this conversation, that we all have a story. And every single actor on the stage has a journey. And we're gonna tell our story. And we're gonna share that story with you right now. So here we go. Time to have a little cocktail, sit back and enjoy the kids. So this is a beautiful moment in the show. It's where our entire story begins, and I want to share this moment with you, and I'm so excited to bring to you live on stage, literally a year later, our cast of Bright Star.
If you knew my story, you'd have a hard time believing me. You'd think I was lying. Joy and sorrow never last. I'll die trying not to live in the past.
1, 2, 1.
If you knew my story, my heaven and my hell, if you knew my story, you'd have a good story to tell. I left my clothes on that cold river rock, my cares and my woes rolled up in my socks. I lay down on that mountain stream and the icy water rushed over me. If you knew my story, my heaven and my hell, if you knew my story, you'd have a good story to tell.
The cast of Bright Star, everyone. Wanna come this way? How amazing are they? This is our Holly Moose. You know, she's been with us for the past few shows. She wanted to come out and say hi to you. But now, before we go on, I want to share something with you guys at home. There's this beautiful moment in the show, and I think it really sets up the entire show. There's your mama. And we're going to show that clip to you right now, so sit back and enjoy that clip.
You, Miss Murphy. You weren't always such a wallflower.
No, not always.
The whole world is rejoicing about the war being over.
You should get out and celebrate too. Come with us. Just this one.
Oh, just one drink.
2 drinks. 6 drinks. I would have gone with you way back in the day. You could not have kept me away. I was the life of the party. I was happy and carefree, dancing on the floor with everybody. He was next to me. We'd sing and we'd sway to every song together. Way back in the day, I could not wait to get away. Moonlight, music from across the river, calling, playing through the night. I would run barefoot through the sounds of summer to be with everyone. Way back in the day, you never would have had to ask me. Way back in the day, I'd be the first one to say, come on, what are you waiting for? It's all going on outside of your door. I won't take no for an answer. You're coming out with me.
So, this is one of my favorite moments of the show. It's Whoa Mama. I love that the banjo's ready to go. Are you guys ready to go? Are you going to drop her again? Because that would be great. Take it away, banjo!
So, who you gonna take to the couples day dance?
Well, I don't know yet.
Well, I'm standing right here in front of you.
Well, that's not proper, you asking me.
Well, I read in a book once that sometimes you have to plant an idea in a boy's head.
Well, that might be a pretty smart book. You're a young girl, and you ought to know better. Gonna be here. What would everybody think? Whoa, mama, better back up slowly. Make a quick getaway and hurry on. Whoa, mama, at the rate you're going, your papa will get her son and have to run. And I'll hide in the shadows, fall out of trees, wait by your window, whisper, bless you, when it's someone will look at you just like this. Someone will ask you for a kiss. You're a smart girl, make a fool of somebody. I'm a smart guy, and I know that it won't be me.
We'll see.
Whoa, I'll take a simple look before you set your sights on me. I'm a restless small town boy with a heart as wild as a big city. Someone will take your hand just like so. Someone will never want to let you go. Someone will put you on a pedestal. Someone will tell you you're incredible.
I'm a young
You're a sweet girl, rubbing man runs your pinky. On your feet, girl, you're going 'cause it won't be me.
Somebody's gonna buzz around me like a fuzzy bumblebee.
Whoa, go slow, mama, you're pretty as a daisy. You smell like a rose, it's making me crazy, but it won't be me.
How amazing was that?
I didn't drop her.
Where you been? You should have been here helping in the kitchen. Where do you go? No daughter of mine ought to worry me so.
You're the black sheep, a little lost lamb.
Should have raised you with a firmer hand.
Black sheep, a little lost lamb. All you ever do is grab for a man. Shame, shame, shame on you. There ain't no limit to the trouble you brew.
Shame on me. You make a mockery of the family.
You're the black sheep, a little lost lamb. When you love me just the way I am. I pray that you will change your ways. I know my girl can't have fun around here.
Why on earth have you been so hard-headed since the day of your birth?
Why in the world don't you do us all a favor? Be a good little girl. You're the black sheep, a little lost lamb.
Should have raised you with a firmer hand.
Black sheep, a little lost lamb. Always up to your shenanigans.
You gotta start towing the line.
That's all I ever do around here is toe the line. You're saying do right for me. You're saying step a little better, but do right for me. You're saying do right for me. And what's right for me? It's right for the family.
I swear I'm gonna have to rein you in.
You're saying do right for me. You're saying
Step in line,
better mind,
do or die, do right for me.
what's right for me? It's right for the family. Do right.
Alice, we need you to
right.
shell those peas.
Why do I have to show these, Mama?
The Lord gave us those peas,
right.
Alice.
Well, why did you put them in pots?
Don't you ever question the Lord.
I'm not questioning him. I'm just saying, maybe some of my ideas are better.
Black sheep,
Little lost lamb.
Should've raised you with a firmer hand. Black sheep,
Little lost lamb.
should have raised you with the back of my hand.
Do right for me. Do right for me. Step in line, better mind, do it, I do right for me. Do right for me. And what's right for me? It's right for the family.
So this is Miss Kelly Rosales. I'm so excited to have you back on stage with us tonight. So you just graduated with a BFA from Fullerton, what,
2 years.
2 years ago?
2018.
So you were like going out there and things were going, and then COVID hit. You were getting ready to go out to New York. Is that what was going on?
Thinking, well, trying to, save up the money and
Yeah.
figuring all that fun stuff out. My boyfriend was out there at the time too, so I got to, see how auditions were going out there. So just trying to prep and
And then we got to this beautiful show together.
we did.
So what was it like? What was your character's name?
my character's name was Margot Crawford.
And who was Margot in the show?
She was, Billy, who's the main guy, his childhood best friend, but she also, had feelings for him, and she taught him the importance of stories, and eventually, that led him to writing.
And what was her job in town?
And she was the bookshop keeper. So,
And did she get the guy in the end?
Well, I guess you got to see, right?
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
So what was the song about? What was the song about the show, and then what was the song about for you, Asheville?
So in the show, Billy is leaving to go to Asheville to try and write, and she doesn't want him to go because he'd been gone fighting in World War II, and he just got back, and she realizes, okay, this is kind of an important person to me, so I don't want you to leave.
But at the
he
same
leaves,
time,
but I want you to
live
be
your
happy.
life.
Hmm.
So I played a fun trick on the cast. We got the actual Broadway set for our show, a lot of the moving pieces. But I couldn't afford it the whole time. So we got it in a week before we opened.
Yes.
And we staged them. I'm like, things are going to be moving around you. And then the set came. And there are bookcases moving and desks moving and everything was choreographed. And I gave you
Yes.
about 3 days to learn how to dance on a moving set.
Yes, and I only panicked half of the time.
So we're excited tonight to be like singing it, not dancing on a moving set. I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to cut some pieces in and show you some of the dancing set while you're watching it tonight. But
Yeah, no, I mean, either way, it's such a beautiful story, and this was such a beautiful moment in the show that I just love revisiting it.
well, I will tell you, I wanted to work with you for a long time, and then when you came in, like there was no other Margot for me than you. So will you please do us a pleasure and sing your beautiful song for
Of
us?
course.
Thank you. Take it away.
When you get to Asheville, write me if you will. Tell me how you're doing, how it's treating you. Do you like your new job? Did you find a new love? Is it everything that you've been dreaming of? Ooh, if it don't work out. Ooh, if it don't work out. Ooh, you can turn around and come on back to me. Come on back to me. You can come on home to me. It won't be the same here. Without you, I'll be fighting tears. When you were over in the war, I fought 'em off before. I'll just stay on the lookout and I'll listen for the sound of your old 34 Ford coming down the road. If it don't work out, ooh, if it don't work out, ooh, you can turn around and come on back to me. Come on back to me. You can come on home to me. When you get to Asheville, write me if you will. Let me know that you still think about me.
So this, I don't know why, was one of the kids' favorite numbers in the show. And every time they would do it, they would say, "Ah, Couples Day!" So how can we not show with you tonight? So here we go. Let's bring on the Couples Day. You're now teaching in Fullerton,
Yes,
and you're
indeed.
teaching 4-year-olds
Yes.
in pre-K, TK.
Yeah, TK, same thing, essentially.
Okay, so what's that like?
It's fun,
Is
exhausting.
it like
You're-
the same as hanging out with all of us?
Hurting cats,
Yeah,
yes.
it's herding cats, exactly. But you're in the classroom,
Yes.
and you're also Zooming or whatever Zoom
Yeah, at
people
the
do.
same time. It's a lot of work, but it's fun and rewarding, so
Is it as fun as theater?
nothing is as fun as theater.
Ah, well, there we go! To Ricky and to All Couples Day! Well, here we are. Cocktail! Guys ready? Cocktail! Well, here we are, guys. It's time to do a little group chat with all of you. And we're so excited to have you all on stage. But I think to loosen you all up a little bit, I think we need a little shot. So,
Always.
let's get a couple of cocktail boys out here.
This is a different
We have a special cocktail boy tonight. So, oh, he forgot his cocktail.
Yeah, Jerry, kitchen cocktail!
What the fuck, Jerry? So, a lot of people keep saying, who's this Jerry that you talk to all
Guys,
the
we have a
time?
celebrity in our midst.
So, this is Jerry. This is Goddammit Jerry. This is
He's
Hey
keeping
Jerry.
score,
This
he's
is
keeping
Sorry
score.
Jerry. Oh, there you go. But the fabulous thing about Jerry, the most fabulous thing about him, is that he is the husband
Hold your cocktail.
to
You
the
can hold the mic up
fabulous
here.
Dee. Dee's over here, the other half of Always Cassie Klein.
Hey, baby.
So we want to bring Jerry out on stage with us for a quick few moments tonight. Jerry did this really fun thing from like the first weekend, and he started keeping a scoreboard of how many times we cuss. So Jerry, what's the scoreboard tonight? What's the tally?
It's pretty sad.
Oh no! We behaved because we had a live audience, I think.
24 fuck.
Wow!
That's half.
Wow!
That's half.
That's half of our record.
That's half of the usual.
Yes.
But touching moments, only 10. That's sad. But let's have a touching moment.
Let's
Okay.
have a touching moment. Are we gonna do a shot
Defying
together?
Gravity, the Fly High Fun.
Oh yes.
Here is the next installment.
Oh my god, I don't have enough hands for all of this. You
Here's the
guys.
next installment. For those of you that weren't paying attention last week, I think it was, like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, Defying Gravity, the Fly High Fund is a fund that is in honor of Dee's dad. He loved flying. And so the fund is now up to $1,200. And what its aim is to give everybody here an opportunity to go see a show, go learn, go do things. So, if any of you have $100 bills in your wallet tonight, bring them on up.
Hell yeah!
It really is. It's there to get the kids to do dance classes, to go see shows when they can't afford to go see a show. That's what this fun is all about. And that was Dee and Jerry's idea, and it's the High Flying Club because that's what the father did, and he loved to fly, and he's gonna send our kids up into the air. So I think it's time to do a shot to the High Flying Club!
Fly, high,
Well, Jerry, it's been such a fabulous joy having you with us tonight. Do we have any other good words that we missed tonight?
Well, there was 2 words, and it was kind of sad, really.
Uh-oh.
There were only 2 Hey Jerry's. What the fuck?
Pull everyone together! Hey, Jerry!
Yeah,
Listen,
baby.
Jerry, did I get extra points for showing my ass to the audience?
Not only extra points, but the people stage right really loved it.
Well, everyone, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. So here we are. This is my favorite part of the show. Normally we get to interview a few people, but tonight we get to interview an entire cast.
What did we get to do?
Interview. Shut up, Nicole.
Okay.
I didn't fall off anything tonight, so fuck you.
Thrown!
Not the
Nicole and I usually ask questions, but tonight we let you ask some questions. So let's start with that. When is Patsy and Louise coming back? Well,
Ask your governor.
we're hoping very soon. We're hoping as soon as we're able to start the next season, we want to open the season with
Here's
that
the
show.
thing, you guys. We're in tier 2, which means we can seat 25% capacity, which is what you guys are at right now. For us, that means 40 people. Unfortunately, that's not enough to sustain a show. Doing a show like Patsy costs us, and we're being conservative,
A lot
40,
more.
50 grand just to put the show up. That's a show with a 6-piece band and 2 actors. The
Our shows
rights,
cost us
the rights
the
alone
most expensive
are
rights.
$10,000 to $12,000 plus costumes, plus the band, plus
sets.
Yeah.
we would make with you guys out there in the audience $1,600 a night.
With 30 people a night, we would not even make that.
We can't do it. So we want to come back. We're trying to come back. We keep running the numbers. We've talked about doing live stream. We've talked about doing everything we possibly can. But for right now, we've got to do smaller stuff like tonight. We've got to keep doing cocktail hour and hope that you'll keep sending in donations and keep supporting to keep the doors open because we want to come back. These actors want to come back on stage. We want to do shows. We printed sweatshirts at the beginning of the season that are so cute. That like a whole season of shows that we want to be able to do, but we're not going to do it without a live band. We're not going to do it without doing it right. So we want to bring Patsy back. That's our goal. That's the first thing that we want to do for you. We're ready. Dee is here tonight. We're ready to do Patsy. So as soon as we're able to open up to at least 50% capacity, we will have a show for you.
Now, we have a lot more questions. You know you can't take 5 minutes to answer your question because we
That
have
was an
questions for everyone
important
else.
one.
Okay, they're all going to be important. Stop drinking. Here we go. Cast. Do you relate to your characters at all?
Yes.
So let's start with Chris Harper. Chris Harper. You had such a great character.
Do you have a mic on? Yeah, you do.
I do. No, I mean, as a father, I do. Like, I have a kid, but I mean, it's very different. I'm not a super religious person, but my character was very religious. There's, the choices he makes are not choices I would have made, but I know what it's like to be responsible for the upbringing of a person, and that's something I relate to.
Do you think you would have been able to play that part if you hadn't have been a dad at the time?
I would have made different choices for sure. Yeah, it's definitely.
And you guys, by the way, how cute is Jackson?
Doing this show, when we did it last year, Jackson was a year old, and he was around then as well with the cast and hanging out. Seeing what happens in the show to a baby, I definitely had that moment of every night when that happened. It's unimaginable what happens in that show. But at the same time, having him definitely gives me a sense of what it's like to be a father and to bring that to my character for sure.
Okay, was there a time when people have fallen or mishaps? Well,
In this show or any show?
well, tonight we all saw a good one, which I think Chase caught it, so you'll get to see it too. But KD, have you ever seen anyone fall on stage or any mishaps on stage?
During Tad can take this over. So we were moving a
No, you
set,
take it.
right? We were moving a
which
set
one?
and the chair
That one?
broke.
Oh,
The chair broke.
Nick
Yes.
So
broke a chair.
There's a
Nick broke a
number.
chair.
Yeah, I slammed a chair in one of the numbers that was right before one of your scenes, and used the same chairs, these wooden chairs that we had for the show tonight. And I guess I slammed it a little too hard and pushed forward, so it kind of snapped, but it didn't come off. And so they thought it was fine, and then you can tell the rest of the story.
I picked it right up, and just the back came right off.
And we
It
had a
was one of those
wonderful.
moments
It was
that-
filming night.
Yeah,
so
filming night.
it really
referenced
doesn't
it.
get better than that.
It was one of those times where, you know, they go live theater and you just got to react, and I did not. And I went, oh, and I just set it down right where it was supposed to go, and Tad and Brandon went, we'll get you
No,
a
that's
new
okay,
chair.
honey. You know,
And I
things
kinda
like this
stood
happen
there
all
and
the
went,
time. I hate this place. We need more money in these chairs.
Well, speaking of Tad and falling, there was a night, I think that all of our favorite fall of the show was Tad during
Bows. Okay, I'm sorry. I just have to recreate it. So I'm doing, and like, you never know what exactly that. And like this, and then I'm going to Katie's dancer, and
So
like,
happy.
boom, down completely to the floor. It was one of the greatest moments of my entire life. I've never been happier.
So I love this question. We love Tad, don't we? Damien, why do you always say Adriana is your babysitter when you look
Where is she?
when you look so much older than her? But let me tell you, after 25 years, bitch, I know your fucking handwriting. And let me tell you, you got Botox first, okay? So let's see who looks older next month. Okay, new question.
Wait, you answered the question.
Why do you always say that?
Because she's so much older than I am. Cast. Oh, this is small. Oh, you better read that one.
What percentage of the cast tonight is sober?
Race.
Katie, the underage
Baby
kids.
cat. I know. Just race.
Like 6%.
Whoever is underage and Grace.
And hopefully you're not either.
And hopefully not the audience.
Nick S., what was your biggest mistake on stage? Which show?
So I have two. One's kind of funny, the other one's just sad. So to start with the funny one, the number where I slammed that chair and broke it actually. Oh no, oh sorry, I have a mic.
No, he's
You've
good,
got a
he's
mic
good.
on, but speak out so they can hear you.
So there's a number that we did in the show called Heartbreaker. It was like my big song that I did. And my dad in the show, Ryan Kuhn, who isn't here tonight, our final day of tech, which was my first time running the show, I have to shove him really hard. At one point, 'cause I'm angry, you know? And he didn't have his suspenders on right. And so I push him, and his pants fall to the floor as I'm like, sob. And him being an amazing actor, it makes the choice to go, oh, this is your fault. Like, what did I do? So that was one. And the other, which is my favorite mess up on stage ever, was during Whoa Mama.
Tonight.
It was a matinee, and I was a little tired from the night before. And we were doing Whoa Mama, and I'm like, you're a young girl, you don't know better. Do we hear what everybody thinks? And I go, Whoa Mama, it's like the fast part, right? Like the paddle. And I just completely come up on my words and start speaking gibberish for about 3 counts of 8.
For the rest of the
Nicole's
song.
face. I'm like, help me, and she's like, nope, not gonna help you. So that was great. That's for me.
Go, buddy. Whoa, mama. Buddy.
Yeah, exactly. So, what an amazing experience. A year later, we're all back together on stage. I was really impressed with you guys because we had 3 hours last night to like look over music and kind of restage things and like touch things. And it was so funny because Nicole and I were on the, well, first off, I've never seen Nicole excited for a rehearsal a day in her life.
We were
But
talking
yesterday-
about that.
Yesterday,
the day
she
before,
was like-
we were literally like, I don't think I've ever been this excited to rehearse ever.
And I was like the total opposite. I'm like, I gotta fucking teach everything over again and restage numbers. We are very opposite people at times. I look like I'm the fun one, but when it comes to it, my head is like, even tonight looks like this is supposed to be fun. Stop yelling, like just calm down. But no, I was like freaked out. I'm like, we're doing this in like 3 hours, and we have another. It was so muscle memory for all of you. And then Nicole like called me last night when I was driving back home. We were on the phone while we were driving home last night, and she was like, it was so awesome. It was so like muscle memory, like everything. Like I thought I didn't know what I was doing, but then like I walked into it, and just all this flood came back to us. I've had the opportunity to revisit things before, but what about you guys? Like, what's this experience been like? Like, Kat, what's it been like for you tonight to come back to something?
It's always interesting to double up on something. I've done stuff where I've been in a show and then later I've come back and directed the show, and that's a really interesting twist on it
Yeah.
to give you a different perspective. But to come back from a show like this, where I performed a year ago and then come back and do it again, it was really interesting. You have to go back and find that depth, and it was just easy.
Well,
I was surprised how easy it was.
I tell you, Kat, like for you're driving from LA, right?
Yes.
You're a professional actor and a director, and you got to come out to do the show, and it was a call. It was a calling for you. This is a part that you wanted to be in,
Yeah.
and we were so excited to meet with you and to be with you. And I would tell Nicole for the first couple of weeks, I'm like, I don't know. I think that Kat thinks we're fucking crazy.
It was a different kind of group than I will say
Now,
that.
I will tell you, we're very professional when we hit the stage and when we're in rehearsal, but we also play. And that was a whole new conversation for you. And I'm like, I think fucking Kat hates us. I think she fucking hates us. And then one day, you're like, I have a present for you. Here's some homemade moonshine for you. I'm like, Kat is family! But no, like honestly, like being a total outsider coming into our home and being a part of this, and I hope you know that this is now your home. What was that like for you? What was that experience for you?
It's always odd when you go to a different group that you haven't worked with before, and people know each other, and you always kind of feel like you're floating around the edges and aren't exactly sure how to fit in. But everybody was really warm and welcoming here, and even though they're all crazy as a bed bug, they are professional, and they really they put their hearts on the line, and they really are talented, and they do what they need to do when they need to do it. And that is always something that you appreciate as a performer when you're going around, because it's not something that you always find in a new group. And I was really pleased to have become a part of this one.
Well, the thing I appreciate about you is that you came from film, you came from television, you came from theater, you've been an actor, a director, and a musician.
Yes.
So you have that conversation, and we just love you, and we hope that you come back many more times. Yes. And I know that we are crazy as fuck, but there's a little crazy as fuck in you too. So.
I never denied that.
There we go.
So, I think this show is something that, like, a show like this is something that Damien and I have been drawn to because it really is a challenge for us artistically to produce something like this, because you're dealing with not just musicians, but actors and staging in a unique way. And so there were some numbers that called for, as you saw tonight, dancing, but like, so Miss Heather, like,
pass the mic over to her, would you?
How do you approach a show that's like, we're not gonna hand you traditional production numbers.
Well,
you're gonna have to integrate and work with Damien and work with the actors on their skills. Like, how do you even begin to approach a number that you're like, well, I've kind of got to have people milling about. I've got people of all different skills.
Even before we get in that conversation, I just want to say that I love when it's like just being you. Like when we did Sweeney Todd, Company, like I love those moments. But I also love, we've got like 7 choreographers. But the experience with working with Heather for the show is that we all sat down and we all had a conversation for a long time of like, what's our vision? And the one thing I will say about Heather is that I so appreciate that she will walk in the door and she will say, whatever you want, whatever your vision is. And when you're working with artists, sometimes emotions get involved or people get hurt because you don't like something. I will tell you, Heather is one of the very few choreographers I've ever worked with in my life that she's like, you don't like it, fix it, change it. I don't care. My vision is your vision. My intention is what's for the show. And I will tell you with this show especially, how many times do we take that number with the lantern down?
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
That fucking number.
Yeah. But like Heather has always been that. And that's what I love about Heather. So Heather, what was your experience about being on the show and like walking? And how many times did we meet on the show? And
Oh, fuck. Well, you know what? Here's the deal. I honestly, true story.
Don't feel
didn't,
like Ted.
Didn't know the show when it first came about and you said, hey, I really want to work with you on the show and I think you and I could put together something great. And then, have Nicole star in that and let's work together as a team. And I didn't know the show, so I had to go and do my research. And something about the show itself really hit home for me because I am from Georgia, born and raised. There's so much about the culture and the history of the show that really hit home for me. But I mean, I appreciate you saying it because you say it all the time. I really do try to work when I work on a team. My job is, yes, to put in my heart, my passion, and my soul, and my creativity. But at the end of the day, you're the director. It is my job to make your vision come to life. So if you choose to come in and change something 10 times, it's my job to say, yeah, I'm a little butthurt by that, but yeah, you got to do it because it's your vision. But I, except for that one fucking lantern number, I really feel that, when we would meet and talk about the show, we really were kind of on the same page. And I mean, you had your vision of bringing that show to this stage, and you know all the intricacies of how to make that work. And it's things that I don't naturally pull out of my back pocket. Working on a smaller stage, working with fewer people, working with a different type of set. But I went home and did my research to really try to blend your vision with the originality of the show and try to do my best. And I think having a cast that was willing to, say, yeah, let's do whatever it is. If we have to change it 20 times, let's change it 20 times.
Yeah, and
if
that was the amazing thing about this cast is that literally how many times we're like, let's do this, now let's do this, now let's go back and let's take a piece of this and do that. And
well, even last night, the thing, I don't know if you guys have watched Cocktail Hour much, but Damien and I are pretty unrehearsed.
Yeah.
We will literally show up at 5 o'clock to shoot at 6 and be like, what do you want to sing today? Let's learn a song.
Yeah.
But for the first time, we showed up last night and we did a rehearsal with everybody that was pretty quick, but it was asking everybody to say, like, kind of remember what you did before, kind of throw out what you did before, and let's like restage some stuff. Not everyone's here, and let's put you into a different part. You sing that, can you take that different thing? I mean, and that goes back to the testament of like this group of people, and I think that's why we brought this cast back for a reunion of all the shows that we've done, to be like, you guys have been so amazing and so incredible and so smart and brilliant and talented.
So bonded and trusted from the moment they walked in the door.
Incredible.
Can I just say, so we keep joking about this lantern number. So just so you know, there was a little bit of communication. So I thought I was choreographing this number. I go home and choreograph the entire number. I came to rehearsal, and apparently Damien had choreographed the whole number. So he had taught it the night before.
Which happens.
And then he comes to rehearsal, and I'm like, oh, okay, like totally fine. I didn't care, but I'm like, that's a lot of time I spent doing this number. So anyway, he comes in and he's like, I fucking hate it. I fucking hate what I did. You gotta redo the whole thing. So I'm like, okay. So then I re-choreograph it, realizing that as we all had to work together as a team, because that tempo was for shit.
It was whack.
That tempo, it just didn't work with our people
What
with.
was that? Was that like 6/8? What was that?
I feel like
It
it changed
was-
a couple times.
6/8.
We kept changing, like, what was happening? It was really, but it was such a team effort.
That's it.
Such a pretty song, though.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. I love that song.
So,
But it was a team
composers
effort.
sometimes like to be really smart. Like I could put this in 3/4, or I could do it in 6/8 and then put it in 3/4, and then maybe throw like a 2 measure in here and a half beat here and there. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing to me? Because I got to stage this thing at the end of the day.
Steve Martin.
Yeah, so literally, like, yeah.
Thanks,
we
Steve
did
Martin.
this thing 6 times over. So Gordy, let's pass the mic to Gordy. Gordy, you're the baby of the cast, right?
Yep.
So
Nick is like 2 months older than me.
You who?
Nick is 2 months older than me.
But such more of a man. So, Gordy, we were talking about this earlier today. you walked in the door like at 14 seeing shows, and then you started coming back around when you were 16, and you were a dancer at Appa High School, the Arts in Huntington Beach. And I was telling you for years, like, come auditioning. You got to do West Side Story was your first show for us, and you did Baby John, right?
Yep.
And then you got to come into this show. And I remember the experience from you. You were like, West Side Story was such an experience, and there's a moment in every actor's life when you really bond with a cast for the first time, and you have this sense of like, oh my God, I've never felt this, and this is my cast, and Jordan had the opportunity to experience that. And then he came into this show and he was like, it's not West Side Story. Which is like, honestly, like it's a normal thing for a young actor to feel that way. But now, like a year later, and you're sitting on the stage tonight, like what was this like for you? Like, because West Side Story I get was like a really great experience as a teenager, but I think this was your first show as a young adult.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like during West Side Story, I had a lot of like great friends, and then honestly, this Bright Star was the only show that was like a very mature show for me, and I was very trusted with all the cast, and I felt very safe with the cast. And looking back a year later, I was like, wow, this is real theater, because I've only been in high school theater, and then I've done other community theater shows, so I've noticed that like, wow, this is the first show that I've really trusted all my cast members with like my emotions, and I've like really understood the show and how it progresses, and I really was able to take your direction and wanted to take direction from you, and like wanted to work with the rest of the cast.
Yeah, what an awesome experience. Ricky, back there in the back.
Yes.
Teaching at Kennedy Gardens. Our only two take of the night. I love Ricky. I love me some Ricky.
I didn't get a rehearsal.
So Ricky, I know, exactly. So Ricky, what's this been like for you? Like, was this the first? No, you did West Side as well.
Yes, I did.
So this was your second experience with us. Like, I'm a little drunk. I didn't second experience with us.
Okay.
But no, like, what was your experience with this show?
It was wonderful. Like, I loved West Side Story. I loved my jets I was with, and a lot of them ended up here too, which was great.
Whoa.
And so it was nice knowing people, and I've been lucky to have a couple other shows where I've trusted the people on the stage, but I 100% throughout the whole cast trusted everyone. There was a lot of emotion in that show through for everyone pretty much, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was a character that there's parts that I could connect to, and parts that were new, but that's my job, is making it.
You played the
able.
lawyer to the evil guy, but there was a part in him that like, I'm like supposed to support you, but at the end of the day, there was that moment where your character just shifted, walked out the door. So what was that like for you, like to have that?
Well, that's what I love about theater, is being able to be torn. It's that pulling, that difficulty that you can portray, because the theater is showing that to people and showing that everyone has that. And it was hard, and I really liked being able to do that every single night.
Well, as a teacher now, like what lessons have you learned on stage that you can now like share with your children in the classroom? Like what is it that theater has done for you that's made you a better person, but more importantly, like a better teacher? Do you feel that's happened for you?
Yes, definitely. Going through school, going through various shows, my favorite thing that I've learned is, like when you play a character that's not necessarily all good or all bad, every character is a person. Everyone has a reason they do something, and it's something that's personal to them, and no one does something to be evil. They do something because they have a reason.
Yeah.
And so when you see someone do something that's bad to you, you have to try to reach out and understand. You don't have to agree with them, but theater has taught me you need to try to understand people.
And is that what you try to teach in classes? You have to understand people?
Yeah,
Good boy, thank you.
Try.
Katie, so Katie came to us. What was your very first show?
My first show was Producers.
Yes, and you did an entire year of theater with us, and you came here as a dancer, and then you became a singer, and then you slowly started doing like one role to another, and you grew, which is exactly what the One More Productions in the Gem Theater is supposed to do for you. And then this was your first big breakout lead, right?
Yeah.
So what was that like? Because I remember how scared as shit you were.
I was terrified.
And do you remember how like, let's take that note and one more, and let's just like flip it up to a D and
And
see
I
what
thought
happens
you
here.
were joking.
No, not at all. But you belted it out tonight, bitch. So what's that experience been like for you? Like you literally came as a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
You did theater, you were acting, you were singing, but you never considered yourself a triple threat.
Yeah, correct. So I originally moved to Orange County as a dance major at Cal State Long Beach, which I just graduated from.
Which
in
you'd
May.
been before, then you'd been in San Diego and San Francisco?
Yes. So I've grown up in San Diego. I moved to San Francisco, went to school there, hated it, came back to San Diego, dropped out of school to do professional theater for a year, went back to school, and then just graduated from my dream school, Cal State Long Beach, in May.
Awesome. So what, after spending a year plus here at the Gem, what did it teach you?
Oh, so much. I mean, you talked about I was terrified during Bright Star, and I don't know how many times I would be like, I'm a dancer. This isn't what I do. I sing well enough to get the chorus girl. Like, that's my track. That's what I...
Cocktail time.
That's why I didn't have one during another round. And it was actually a phone call I had with my dad. And my dad was a professional performer for many, many years. He's the reason why I do theater, and he is like actor. And I had a conversation with him where I was freaking out, like, I have to do this monologue. I have to have a character. What's that? I don't know. I have to be funny, I guess, and smart, but also kind of dumb, but I don't know what I'm doing. And he said, okay, 2 things. 1, remember to breathe, which is kind of a connection that my dad and I have where we'll go to auditions together and tell each other to breathe. And the other thing was, knock it off, you're my daughter.
Yeah.
You're my daughter. What do I do? And I was like, well, you're the king. He's played Harold Hill. He's played the Lion in The Wizard of Oz. He's played King Arthur twice, and all these things that I grew up watching. So he is known in San Diego as the king of theater. So that was when it was like, I'm more than me. And that's something that the Gem has taught me so much, that it's bigger than you, that it's more than just you on stage. You're here with your cast. I got to perform with Tad, who's one of my best friends, and yeah, I learned so much that it was bigger than you, and I think doing theater up until that point, it was a little more of like a selfish, like I get to be on stage, I get to do the thing that I love, and what the Gem really taught me was it affects other people. Seeing this story, I know it affected every single person that saw it in a different way, whether you were a mother, a father, whether you were a writer, a young person just joining the world, seeing the song Bright Star. So this show meant so much to me because it really kind of drove that point home of it affects every single person differently.
And now you're looking at going to graduate school in Chicago, right?
I am, yes. I'm looking to graduate school in Chicago.
Good girl. Good girl. Nice work. Racy. So, yeah, where's Racy's mic? Fucking Heather.
He's coming.
He's sober. He can watch.
So, some of you know Racy's story. Racy walked in the door during Hello Dolly, and he was a dancing waiter for us, and so amazingly talented. Kid from OCC, one of Beth Hansen's kids. And I told him, give us a year. Give me and Nicole a year to like shape you and to like work with us. You had done some children's theater before, but you'd never done like adult theater, professional theater before.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw him jump off that table tonight with those spoons in his hand.
Amazing.
The thing I love about Race is you tell Race, like, Race, can you do this? And he'll say, no, but I'll be able to do it tomorrow. And I swear to God, this man walks in the door and he does it. We got to talk about you and Katie together when you guys were like, and you can chime in together. I always put you two together. You're always just Race and Katie. My dancers extraordinaire, like my beautiful people, my charming, loving people. But like, what have you learned? Like, what? So Bright Star was unlike anything you had done before because it was like a acting musical. There wasn't like I can come out and smile and dance. Like you had to like work your ass off, right?
Yeah. So like you said, I kind of just adapt to whatever the fuck show we're doing. So like before that we did like Disaster and shit like that. So all of that is things I haven't done before. But a place like this where you kind of give me things that I can learn, where you go, hey, can you do this? And I'll say no, but I'll do it tomorrow. Is kind of like
I look at it as a way of you giving me an opportunity to learn something that I hadn't thought of to learn before. Like the spoons, I wouldn't like take a dance class like ballet and then go home and be like, okay, I'm gonna learn the spoons. Like that's not it doesn't connect, you know what I mean? But I had learned that, and then you told me like to learn the spoons, and I was like, that's another thing I can do.
I sent him like one YouTube video. I'm like, and then he did. And I will tell you, you guys don't know this, but Race had a bruise at least like down from his knee all the way up his thigh. I would check it every night to make sure it was okay. No, honestly, he had a huge bruise right here on his thigh the entire run of the show. Thank you, Adriana, for getting my joke. That was total sexual harassment.
Yes, exactly. Well,
Adriana
let's
would
cut
be back
that
there
out.
checking it with me, though. But no, like, that's the thing. And that's the thing that I love about Race and that I love about Katie and that I love about every person on the stage is that they are in service and they do sacrifice and they don't care how big the fucking bruise is. Even tonight, Nicole fell off that and shot the bead to everyone. She got back up and she did it again. And that's the important thing that we're trying to teach our kids here, all of us, is that, you know, we live in a world right now where people fall down and they just stay on the ground and they cry. And Nicole and I are very grateful to say, get the fuck up and stop crying and pick your ass up and do it again. And that's why you're here tonight, because you being here and watching this and being part of this is what you're supporting, especially in a time that it needs to be supported. Aren't there times that you just want to yell at someone on the street and say, get the fuck up? So, I know we've got some parents out in the house, so Racy, we're gonna go talk to Jordan's mom right now. Take the mic out there, Jordan's dad.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Little champagne, little
This is
whiskey.
the end of Jordan's life.
Hey, yeah. Chase, get there. So I want to ask you as a mom and a dad,
oh my God.
what's your experience of sending your children to our theater? Like, what is that like for you? Like, were you like, what the fuck? I'm sending this big fag with a brooch on his shoulder, and but what were you like with your Lakers hat on? And you know what? I will tell you this. This man missed a basketball and a baseball game here tonight to stand for his son.
That is true.
How amazing is that?
I love you, Dad.
But no, mom and dad, like honestly, like what was your experience? Like, have you seen a change in him? Have you seen a growth in him?
So for Jordan, for us, it's like a trifecta. Like you said, we are a sports family, but we are also a theater and an arts family. And for Jordan to enter into this family of the Gem has been so wonderful for all of us. It's been wonderful for Jordan, for you and Nicole, I hope.
Yes.
Sometimes. But in general, it's a wonderful experience. We are so proud of him. We are proud of you. We've never been a theater family before in our lives. We've been sports for everything. And we have realized that this universe actually revolves around all of it. And it has been so wonderful. And we are very supportive of Jordan. We love him very much. And I am good with him as long as he does the dishes, keeps the bathroom clean.
He does the dishes here too.
I do the dishes that Jamie
I'm a
is.
little OCD with our cleaning at home, but honestly, I think it kind of overfills into his work ethic for his
He has a lovely
jobs.
work ethic. He really does. And talking about your theater family, right in front of you are your other theater kids.
Yes.
Jordan's friends and kids from Apple.
Jackie and Allie and Matthew and Seth.
Wait.
We have dance majors and musical theater and dance majors right here in our presence.
And there we go.
They are all so talented. They have so much work ethic. Like literally, their life is like studies and dancing and singing and acting and just expressing themselves.
Well, thank
and
you
it's a
so much.
wonderful experience.
We love it. Now I have another mom in the house tonight. Laura, where are you? Where's Laura? Gracie, you go grab the mic and take it to Laura. Laura's like,
Yes, Laura!
So So this is Nick's mama.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
I love you more.
So I was after you, both your boys, for years. I've been saying, come do a show at the theater, come do a show at the theater, come do a show at the theater. And I finally got Nick, and then I got both the boys in a show for Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
What's been your experience as a parent having your 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20, like what's it been like for you?
You know, Max and Nick grew up. Max is my other son. Grew up. They were homeschooled. You know, they were out and about. You know, in the world constantly. And my biggest fear as a homeschooled mom, you know, is sending him out into the big bad world. But you know, here, you know, Nick turned 19 or 18 while he was performing here, and you are literally like, I trust him with you. I mean, he's an adult, so he can do what he wants. But I go home at night sleeping soundly, knowing he's with you. You are like his second family. You know, I wish Max would take part more here at the Gem in particular. I mean, I love them being in theater in general, but he has grown so much as a human being here with all of you. He's like almost the youngest one in the cast, and he acts like he's your age. He hangs out with you guys, and I am so proud of him. I'm proud of you, Damien. I'm proud of you, Nicole, for cultivating this family for these people to hang out with on so many levels. And that's about it. Just thank you, Damien and Nicole, from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, thank you. Gracie, go get the mic. I just want to share with you so that you know what you're doing as patrons and who you're standing for, and that you are changing lives. And not only their lives, but mine and Nicole's life. Like, what you do for us on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, like just, you're standing. You're standing in a time that we need people to stand for all of us, and we are so grateful for it. Nicole, what do you want to say before close out tonight?
Just that I'm so grateful. We got on stage last night to do our rehearsal, and it dawned on me that Bright Star was the last musical I had done.
Yeah.
So it's been a year since I've been on stage playing a part. I've gotten the opportunity to do Cocktail Hour, which has been amazing, but I really haven't been on stage, and this show meant the entire world to me. Yeah. I mean, I think that we all came back to be here tonight. I think we would do Bright Star again as a full production heartbeat. And it's just been such an honor to stand before you, to get to sing this music again with incredible musicians, to stand amongst people that are so incredibly talented and beautiful and wonderful. So thank you. Thank you for continuing to support us. Thank you for giving us a space and a platform to do what we love, especially now in a time that it's going to be so rare for us all to get the opportunity to do so. And I look at every single one of you, and I just am so grateful for you, and I thank you so much. And it's been a beautiful experience.
I can't even add to that. It literally, one of the most beautiful moments of my life was directing the show and being a part of this. And it was such a beautiful show to direct, because I would go to Kat, or I'd go to Chris or Kelly or anyone on the stage and say, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about that? And what's your input on it? It was a complete collaboration from day one.
And again, I will acknowledge the cast members that didn't get to be with us here tonight, the musicians that didn't get to be here with us tonight, the staff. It takes a village to put a show like this together, and we love you all, and we send our hearts out to you, and we stand here with you. And I'm just so grateful to be with all of you here today. And I hope that in another year we can all come back together and see you again.
We love you all. Thank you so much. Cheers. Cheers. Good night. Thank you, guys. So here we come to our closing of our first episode. And I think it's such a beautiful way to close our show out, because it's got a message for us, for me, for you, for all of us. And sit back and enjoy your evening. Thank you.
I know your father is a tender man. Right now, he's searching through scripture to justify what he did. But the Bible is not obliging. How is Jimmy Ray doing?
Mama, he's gonna meet me in Raleigh as soon as I get settled. And we're gonna find our baby.
That will be a joyous day for all of us.
Lonely, broken, feeling lonely to my soul.
You got the power, you got the faith, you got the strength to go on. You got the light, you got the way, we're never all alone.
So long, sweet embraces, so long, summertime.
You got to fight, you got to say, I'm never gonna stay down. You got the night, you got the day,
I got the old dark cloud.
the sun is gonna shine again. The sun is gonna shine again. The sun is gonna shine again. The sun is gonna shine again.
Long time I've been waiting, a long time, long enough.
You got the look, you got the feel, you got the face of true love. You got the charm, you got appeal.
I've got to let him go.
The sun is gonna shine again. The sun is gonna shine again. The sun is gonna shine again. The sun is gonna shine again.
Something tells me it will be alright. Something tells me it's gonna be okay. Something tells me it'll be alright. Something tells me it's gonna be okay.
Sun is gonna shine again. Sun is gonna shine again. Sun is gonna shine again.
it's gonna be okay.
Sun is gonna shine
again.
across the road. Sun is gonna shine again. 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 The 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 sun is gonna shine.
The cast of Bright Star, everyone. Come on out here, Nikki. Take a bow. Split center, Nicole. Here we are. Take a bow. Take another one. Take a bow. Now get off my stage.
Damien, episode 23. Can you believe it?
Can you believe that?
Oh my
But what a
gosh.
fun night it's been, right?
Amazing, amazing.
Well, I love you, honey. Now get backstage. Let's have a shot.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Have fun, guys.